What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm excited. Today we're going to be diving back into the JDM EF2, and I came out here today and I kind of debated on what to do with the car, whether I'm going to continue with the fuel tank or do the brake setup. And I think I decided I'm just going to do the front and rear brake setup and have it all fully buttoned up and bled up by the end of this video. The reason being is because to access the e-brake cables in the rear, it'd be a lot easier without the fuel tank in the way. So I decided I'm just going to do the brakes while the tank's currently out of the car, and I'm still buttoning up information on how to convert this chassis, which is carb, to EFI. Everything pertaining to the fuel tank, the wiring for the fuel pump, so on and so forth. But anyways, if you guys haven't seen the last video, be sure to go back and check it out. We robbed the all-wheel drive transmission from the silver car and plugged it into my blue car, which is now up and going again. And then we tore apart the all-wheel drive transmission that came out of the blue car, and let me tell you what, the carnage is a lot more than just third gear. But anyways, we have a solution. We're showing you guys, we got the new PPG gear set up, and I've been doing a lot of research, videos, trying to find forums. It's kind of hard to find forum these days, but trying to figure out if this is something I want to tackle myself. It would be awesome to share with you guys on the channel. Both you and I are going to learn possibly how to put a PPG trans together, but I'm not so certain just yet. I am still doing the research, guys, and you know, if I'm confident enough, I will. I think the only thing that intimidates me is not having the correct tools for, you know, checking out shaft end play to find the correct shim. If you guys do transmission, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, we're going to be diving into the JDM EF2 in just a moment. I need to go pull the rear calipers off the car, put it back into storage, because we have some new calipers we're going to unbox with you guys, which is right here on the table. And I also need to go to the parts store because I need brake pads. So enough with the yapping, guys. Let's pop those calipers out and hit the road. Got a replacement axle right here. Last night they had to order it because they didn't have it in stock. Bought a relay, got the rear brake pads as well, and I'm gonna drop these sucker off. I'm going to just put it back on real quick, and I need to rob the cable off the other caliper right there. Also just found this box, and my transmission that's at the house doesn't have a shift fork, and now we do. So this is a B series water pipe. This either came off my GSR or my cousin's Type R, but I need this hose right here. I just went through my bag right here, and I found a bunch of VTech distributors for B series. Man, my good old days. This one's right here, B16, OBD0, OBD1, OBD1, OBD1. Gonna need one of those eventually. All right, guys, blue all-wheel drive sedan back up and going. This hose right here is for the Type R. So in the back of my Type R block, we have an oil cooler, and this goes in like that, and then the other one goes to the block, which is blocked off right now. There's coolant in there, so I don't want to make a mess. That goes there like that. passenger side is still connected to the drum, and we still have to convert it over to rear disc brakes. This side is already taken apart. It's already disconnected from the e-brake handle, and I should just be able to pull it straight out. There it is. And I'm gonna go ahead and just remove this one for right now, because we are gonna retain the grommet, since my other cables, I took it apart at the junkyard. Simply enough, pull it straight through. If you guys don't remember, we're using the CK Engineering rear caliper brackets made out of billet aluminum, and this is to be used with your Civic drum trailing arm. I did an entire video on it. You guys can go back and check it out. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to entirely assemble the left side trailing arm here, and then I'm just going to knock out the right side. But before we do, I've got a couple of packages to show you guys. This right here is the other caliper bracket we still need to install on the right side of the car. I'm going to need this. This package right here is sent over from CK Engineering. This is another set of rear caliper brackets specifically for Civic wagon. So I am going to be making a video converting my wagon drums to rear disc brakes in the future. Okay, this box right here has been sitting on the workbench for quite some time, and I want to give a big shout out to Max Peeting Rod for sending this over so quickly. I've been collecting parts the last couple of weeks just to have everything on hand so we can utilize this. Now these two packages are the same item, so we're just gonna open one box. Now I didn't even know Max Peeting Rod offered this until one day I was just going through their website and, you know, just kind of looking at everything Honda. Went to a search bar, put in Honda, and I went through the entire inventory just to see what they had, and they had something that I needed. So we're gonna be trying this out. And, you know, honestly, I was talking to CK Engineering, and he told me that a lot of the stuff from eBay, Amazon, refurb, you know, aftermarket, OEM, they all work the same. So we're gonna find out as well too, because when the entire brake system is all said and done, we are going on a road trip that is about 300 miles one way, give or take. So we're gonna find out on this road trip here soon. But in this box right here, Max Peeting Rod offers freaking calipers. And if you guys haven't caught on by now, obviously we need rear calipers. And this is, according to the photos, is a complete rear caliper setup, which has the brackets for the e-brake cable, the brackets to bolt it up to the trailing arm. And look at this, guys. Oh wow, it comes with all the hardware as well too. Look at this, guys. Max Peeting Rod rear caliper brackets for the EF 9091 CRX, or if you're using trailing arms in your other make and model. This is also the same for the Integra. They are listed for the same. And dude, look how beautiful this thing is. My goodness, my goodness. I want to say this is the left side. Granted, the e-brake cable bracket right here is on the top. It's awesome that they even offer this with the whole entire shebang here, and I'm very stoked to try this. And big shout out to Max Peeting Rod. You guys already know what it is. Link in the description below, and use discount code YSTATIC to save 10% off. I cannot wait to see how this thing looks with the T-He 37s. So first thing is first, we're gonna be slapping on the rotor. Now this is very controversial about which way the drill and slotted or drill rotor is supposed to go as far as direction. And a lot of forums and videos says that it's supposed to cut and not slash. If you know what I'm talking about, the slant right here, slashing versus cutting like a claw. Now, it doesn't really matter, I guess, in a sense of, you know, some rotors of which way you want to direction it, but some rotors like Willwood has an arrow of which way it's supposed to go. The front is definitely going to be directional based off the vents in between. The rear is solid, so there is no vents in between. So the back, realistically, I don't think it matters too much, but I'm going to put it how all my cars are, which is cutting and not slashing, if that makes any sense. So I'll go ahead and put the rotor on. Next up, we have the caliper itself. What a fresh unit. Ooh. Give it a nice little snug tug. Ignore the dirtiness in the wheel well, guys. I'm cutting it really close to going to SoCal, so I'm gonna take care of all of this when I come back. Nobody's really gonna see it anyways, but you and I, we both know it's dirty down here. So again, ignore that. Houston, we have a slight problem. I'm looking at the bracket for the e-brake cable, and I think it's pointing in the wrong direction. Yeah, see that? Like, what the heck is going on here? I wonder if the bracket is wrong because it has an R on there, but maybe it is. Maybe we'll switch it out and see if this is on the wrong side. Nice little snug tug. We're going to be using Valix Racing replacement brake lines. These are stainless steel with black liner. I did buy the kit, so I got 2 for the front, 2 for the rear, and it comes with all the hardware right there. There is a little angle right here on the banjo, so make sure you install this accordingly. There is a little plug right here for the inlet. The brake line seems like it goes down and under rather than up and over. We'll go ahead and just bolt this sucker into place. Give it a nice little snug tug because this thing does get sealed by the crush washer. It's gonna be hard for you guys to see, but I need to connect that stainless steel brake line right there to the factory hard line. So guys, I'm about to wrap up the left side rear disc conversion. The last thing we need to do is install the cable, which I kind of routed through the trailing arm already. And I did swap out the bracket right here, right? This is the one that came off the left side, but it says R. And then I checked the other caliper, which is right side, and the bracket said L. So I swapped it over, and now you can see the cable is routed around this part of the trailing arm, and this is the correct bracket, and this is also correct for the opposite side. So I'm not sure why they mixed that up, but anyways, so my issue right now is this uses a pin to lock into the lever to allow the e-brake handle to pull the lever to lock the brakes up, right? The problem is the pin is supposed to go into the bracket, which is supposed to have a hole on it. This one has a hook right here, and even if I put the pin through, it can unhook itself. Like, I'm not sure why the design is like that. I looked it up on the website and it's the same. I looked at the DC Integra, the DA Integra rear caliper, and it has that same little hole as it would for the 9091 CRX. So this caliper, I'm gonna have to report back to them and let them know that situation. But you guys know me, everything bolt up, everything fitted up like it's supposed to. I'm just gonna modify it to be able to put that pin through, because you guys know me, I'm always going to work with what I got. So caliper guys, although it seems like it's going to work and it's at a killer deal, don't purchase yet. I need to report back to them to see if they can fix that, and then I'll give you guys an update for when it's correctly available for your vehicle. So anyways, I'm gonna figure something out with this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out the right side of the car because the sun already packed up and went home. Quick little update, my buddy did slide through a minute ago and we were kind of just hanging out, but I did finish the driver's side rear disc conversion, rotor, max pinion rod, caliper, pads, CK engineering bracket. I did Loctite all the bolts that came with the kit, and what I ended up doing with the cable was I put it in place, put the clip on, let the cable relax. Wherever it landed on here, I pretty much drilled it, used the factory pin and clip right there, and now we have working e-brake cables. So let me take you guys to the other side, go underneath here real quick. So I got both the cables routed through the factory grommet, bolted back up. All the 12 mil bracket are in place, and I did get the exhaust shield back up, J hooks back on. Mind you, there is no brake fluid in the system right now, so everything is still kind of loose, right? But if you look right here, centered, you can see the pin right there. See the pin? I'm gonna go ahead and go pull the e-brake cable up. I'm gonna crack the e-brake handle, and mind you, we can't adjust this yet until the caliper is like all compressed with brake fluid. So now if you look, the pin is moved over because we pulled the lever up. So we know the cable system is working with my little drill right there. And now I'm gonna move to the front, do the calipers, the rotors, brake lines. Okay guys, so I already did the driver's side, and I hope you guys understand that I'm just trying to plow through this because I have a schedule to be on. Granted, how close we are before our road trip, and obviously this car still doesn't have an engine. So, rotor, Mini Cooper rotor, I believe 280 millimeter from the base Mini and not the Type S. Rotor's gonna go on. I'm only gonna be doing 2 of the lug spacers for right now. We'll do all 4 when like this car is ready to be put back on the ground with some wheels. Caliper bracket. We got the Hawk brake pads. Caliper going on. Get the brake lines ready real quick. The front lines are so short that it literally goes from the caliper S-shaped straight into the back of the coilover into the hard line, but nonetheless it'll work. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt that one. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this one bracket to the spindle. All right, now let's go ahead and move into the engine bay, pop off the brake master cylinder. I just gotta crank down the hard line, and then we'll move into the engine bay. Guys, I was so focused on trying to get the entire brake system done on the JDM EF2 by the time the night falls, and I completely blew over. Guys, I was so focused on trying to get the JDM EF2 brakes all... Guys, I was so focused on trying to get the entire brake system on the JDM EF2 done by the time I'm done here in the garage. I was at the parts store earlier, dude, and it blew right over my head. I didn't buy brake fluid. I have no brake fluid at all. I checked everything up here, no brake fluid at all, and I can't bench bleed the brake master cylinder without fluid, and obviously can't bleed the entire brake system without fluid to fill the entire hard line and such. So that means exactly what I didn't want to do was carry on till tomorrow. We're gonna have to carry on till tomorrow, get some brake fluid, and realistically that's the last thing we need to do. Just bleed the entire brake system, make sure the pedal feels good, and I mean that's that. So see you guys in a second. I heard the ice cream man. I'm gonna go chase him down real quick. It's not often they come down the block, so I had to go find them, get me a strawberry shortcake real quick. So it took me a little while to get some brake pressure. Granted, everything is brand new on the car, and earlier the caliper had a lot of play because the fluid wasn't pushing the piston out just yet. So I had to go like 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 3 rounds while running the compressor and pumping the brakes at the same time. And now we have brake pressure, and look at the old fluid that was in the hard line. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start the bleeding process. The line from the the tool was not like solid, but fluid was coming out a lot the more I open up the valve. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to run the tool one more time, and then I'm going to do the old school pump, hold, bleed technique. So I have the brake pedal on 5 pumps right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop the valve off furthest away from the brake master cylinder, which is this side. If you guys are barely coming on to the channel, the car is right-hand drive, so that's why I'm starting on this side. Just gotta crack it open just a little bit and close it. Just gotta crack it open a little bit and close it right away. There we go, pissing out. Probably gonna do this 3 times on each corner. If you guys look, I'm on pump number, I'm on number 4, and you guys can see the rotor is locked, right? And then when I bleed it out, it should loosen it up a little bit. You can see over here, locked up. That is the first pass. Loose. My assistant right here is this Beeks lower tie bar. Super throwback. This belonged to the late homie Sham. If you guys remember the EG8 boosted root beer Furio, he gave that to me a long time ago. This should be the last one. I'm gonna go ahead and pump the brakes just once, just one time. We are locked. Yes, sir. Brake system on the JDM EF2 done. As far as this video goes, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right here, just because all I wanted to do was take care of the brake system. Realistically, I wanted to finish it last night, but forgot brake fluid. So we got it all situated. The brake pedal feels really good, but we won't really know how it's going to react once the engine's in the car, with vacuum pressure, with load, and if we need to adjust accordingly, then we'll do it again. But I'm almost certain the brakes, the way it currently feels, it's gonna feel really good when it's actually on the road. But anyways, guys, before we actually close out this video though, I want to give a big shout out to the homie Joel. If you guys don't remember, Joel has the other blue EF sedan local to me, and that car, I went to his house to go pick up some parts, and dude, his car, talk about a revamp. You guys will see it when we're at the track. I'll show you guys the new setup for 2026. It is freaking insane. Seeing his car only makes me want to like really dive into my blue all-wheel drive car. But after the engine, transmission, the whole 9 is done with the power plant, we're gonna start focusing on the body of that car. But anyways, I went to his pad because I posted up on Instagram looking for a cable to hydro conversion, because the pocket is not really there yet for the hydro conversion for the right-hand drive chassis from Australia. If you guys don't remember, I bought the same hydro conversion specifically for right-hand drive for the Civic wagon. Really love how the pedal feels on the wagon, and I want the same setup for the JDM EF2, because the transmission we're going to be running, and even into the future different transmission, are going to be hydro, and I don't want to have to run the actuator all the time, which works perfectly fine. But I posted on Instagram asking for a hydro conversion. He had one. He said slide through and it's yours. So I went to his pad last night, picked that up, and also got a couple other things as well too. Now, if you guys know, we're going B series. We're gonna keep AC, but I don't have a radiator currently, and I don't have the rest of the AC unit to put into the car. So for the time being, I'm gonna run what I have and what I can get my hands on. So shout out to Joel for first the hydro conversion. We have it right here with the bracket for the cable, and it comes with the hardware as well too. I always run the half sport unit over the Innovative all day just because of how cleaner billet unit for 2, and it's not in the way of where the header would be sitting versus the other bracket. Half sport unit for the win. He gave this to me. He also hooked me up with his old radiator setup, which is a Skunk 2 EF specific, so it's going to fit perfectly in the core support, although I'm not entirely sure how well it's going to fit on the JDM EF2 core support, but we'll figure it out when we get to installing this unit here. I'm going to run a half core for right now until we fund a coil like full size for the radiator fan and the AC fan. This is a half core, so I can only run one fan as of right now, but the AC unit is still something we're going to do like maybe going towards the summer. And while I was at his pad, we were just kind of talking about everything for 2026, what's new for his car, what's new for my car. And the JDM EF2, when the power plant goes in the car, the electronic side of things, I still need an ECU. And because the homie is switching over to FuelTech 550, he had his old setup for sale. So he hooked me up and gave me a crazy freaking deal. He shot me his S300 ECU, which already has the Cop Mini and boost by gear setup. So big shout out to Joel for plugging me in with the ECU setup from his EF sedan. It's going to be going to my JDM EF2 because I do plan to tune the car eventually with the Type R and also the future B20 VTEC, but he hooked me up with this, and it just came back from the homie Nomis Industries as well too to get a refurb. So not only did I get this from Joel, this came from Nomis as well too. So if you guys need any ECU work or whatever, you guys already know, man, Nomis Industries, link in the description below. And now we have an ECU for the JDM EF2. I hope you guys enjoyed today's progress update on the JDM EF2 itself with the installation of the entire brake system. I hope you guys enjoyed the progress update on the JDM EF2 with the entire brake system, CK Engineering rear caliper brackets, max pinion rod rear calipers. If you guys want to do a little pin drilling mod like I did in today's video, be sure to check the link in the description below. Front rotor caliper brake pad setup, shout out to you for sending that over to the PO box. I forgot your name, but I've been talking with you on Instagram. But brake system on the EF2 done. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for more progress update on the JDM EF2, I need to go pick up a couple more things for the fuel tank setup. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.